This is video 205. It's about the action read and the action write. You can write records to the hard drive and read records from the hard drive. These records are stored in an area that the browser calls local storage. But in order to use these actions, there must be a control block for the file. I'm going to go to Info, and I'm going to go to the action Write, and here we see an example definition for a control file. First of all, it says at offset 0 there are 12 characters for the file name. At offset 12 there are 8 characters for the record number. At offset 20 there are 5 characters for the text length, and at offset 25 there are 5 characters for the number count of how many values there are in the list. Now up here we see 12 characters, file name here, then the 8 characters for a record number, the 5 characters for the noun of text data, and 5 characters for the number of values in a list. That's the end of the control block, and then is where the text data is, and here it says my text data, which is 10 characters, and that's what it said there'd be 10 characters. Let's go up here now to what a write says you need. In address 1, you need the record number. Well, that should tell you that you don't put the record number down here in the control block. It's going to put it down there for you. At A2 is the address of the list data. Well, down here we said there were going to be 5 values in that list. And at A3 is where the control block is. First, it's these 30 characters, then followed by the text data. So here it says there's a file name, and that's the control block, and then there's the text data. Now back to the routine itself. Down here we see it's going to write to record number 1, the values at value, and the text data here at page A plus 130 is the control block, and 30 characters beyond that is the text data. Well, up here, let's see what happened. Well, here's the 30 characters past the control block. It's going to place 10 Ds. 68 is ASCII for a D. Then for the values it's going to write, it says for I equals 0 to 4, it's going to build the values at offset 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's going to put the value there of an 11 plus I, so it'll be 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That's what it's going to write down here as the values, and here's the control block, which is going to be followed by 10 Ds. Now we're going to execute this routine. We're going to turn on the trail. We're going to advance to the first halt. Here is the first halt. It says here that it's going to fill numeric data into value 5 zeros. Well, we can go to data. We can go to work list, go to value. We see that the first 5 are 0. Then it says it's going to fill 10 characters at page A plus 160 with ASCII 32, which is a space. So we go back to data. We're going to go to page A, And we're going to look here at offset 160, which is right here, and you see there's 10 spaces there. All right, now we're going to advance to the next halt. Well, it did a read to record 1, put the numeric data in a string called value, put the text data at page A plus 160 because the control block is here at page A plus 130. And notice, as I said, it put the number 1 for the record number in there for you. You don't need to do that. Well, now we see the 10 Ds have been written into page A at offset 160. Well, let's check to see what's in value. So we go to the work list called value, and look, we see the 11, the 12, the 13, the 14, and the 15. Well, that's the end of video 205, which was about the actions of read and write.